Welcome again to InjuryGuru.com. I'm Carla Schimmelfinnig, registered physical therapist, and this is the 6th video in the shoulder impingement program and the last video, so you are just about done. For this particular video, I'm going to show you what's called a shoulder self-mobilization, and you might be saying, what in the heck is that? So to you it's going to feel like a stretch, but it literally is having an effect at the joint level. So if you can picture the upper arm bone, so the humerus, and where it sits in its socket, all right, so that shoulder socket, what we're going to try and do is have an effect right at that shoulder joint, so where the humerus fits into that socket. And we're just going to try and cause a little separation between those two bones, which we know can decrease pain and irritation, help increase your motion, and just get you back to doing what you need to do. Makes this whole process a little easier. So let me just show you what that self-mobilization looks like. When you're going to sit toward the edge of a chair or a bench, I'm showing you on my bench here, but you can sit in a kitchen chair. A couch really won't work for this, but any kind of chair or a bench. You want to sit so that your feet are flat on the floor, about shoulder width apart, and you're sitting toward the edge of that chair or bench. And make sure you have that arch in your low back. As always, I want you to have that really good posture when you're sitting and doing anything when it comes to the shoulder. Now, you want to take your painful side, so that painful hand, and hold on to the underside of that chair or bench. And you want to hold on to the front edge of that chair. And what you're going to do first is, again, make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. You're going to let all these muscles in that shoulder really relax. All right, so make sure everything's really relaxed. You're going to keep your hold with your fingers on the underside of that chair or bench, and all you're going to do is lean your body away from that painful shoulder. And when you do this, you should feel a good pull through here. You may even feel, some people feel a pull up into the neck, depending on how tight those muscles and all the structures in that shoulder are. All right, now when you do that pull, or you lean away from that painful side, you're going to hold that about 10 seconds. So you want to count to 10 and then just sit back up straight. All right, and you're going to go again, hold that for 10 seconds, and then just sit up straight again. You want to do 5 or 6 repetitions of this shoulder self-mobilization. When you do this, you can do it several times throughout the day for this first 2 to 3 weeks. You can do this every couple hours. I at least want you to get it in 3 or 4 times during the day. And remember, it's just 5 to 6 repetitions, holding that 10 seconds for each repetition. Come all the way off of that, so come back up to that straight position, and then lean again. And your anchor is down here with your hands on your chair. You should feel a nice little pull, or a good pull through that shoulder. So that's it for the self-mobilization of the shoulder. You now have all the exercises and stretches that you need for this program. And I just want to really encourage you to get started. You can't change anything until you get started. If you get to the end of this program, so the end of that 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and you have little to no change in your pain, or your pain is worse, then please just do yourself a favor and go and see your doctor. If you have just diagnosed yourself and you haven't been to the doctor, then make sure you go and see your doctor. You can go and see an orthopedic doctor, and he'll take a look at that, do his own evaluation and see what's going on. But you can even tell him that you have tried some exercises from a physical therapist, and if you stuck with it for that 2 or 3 week period, you can tell him you gave it a good try, and that'll help him know what he needs to do for you at that time. You may need to just get to a physical therapist so they can get their hands on that joint and do some good for that joint, and then start you on that exercise process and program to get that healing process going and get you feeling better. So please just don't wait. And dealing with this shoulder impingement, you don't want to let it just go on and on, because this is what leads to that rotator cuff tear And trust me, you don't want to have to go through a rotator cuff repair if you don't have to. It's a long, hard process, and you can get through it, but it's a long, hard process. So let's take care of this impingement now so that you can get back to doing all those things that you need to do, all the things that you want to do, and get rid of that pain you've been having, and just get that shoulder healthier and functioning for you.